Hey guys, Huckleberry Auditor. Wow, that was pretty quick there, bud. How are you guys? Oh, let me turn this to the side. Oops, it's not gonna work. Never mind. Hey guys, good to see you guys. Welcome to CC Live, only here on YouTube. Only place I can be found, and we are going to have some fun tonight. This is going to be pretty cool. I decided that instead of going into laws and courtrooms and stuff like that, I would do something more motivational, more inspirational. And that's what this video is tonight. This video, if this doesn't motivate you to want to pick up a camera and go out and do what we do, well, then nothing will, because this is going to be cool. So, to start this off, I've already picked out a couple, but I got a little surprise after I do these first two. Okay, so the first one we're going to go into is my personal favorite. I'm going to start off tonight with my very personal favorite quote from Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin's item of the day in Historical Review in Pennsylvania in 1759 started this. A historical review of the Constitution and government of Pennsylvania from its origin. Hold on, let me scroll up here. Okay. So far as regards from several points of controversy which has, from time to time, arisen between several governors that province their several assemblies, found in authentic documents, those who would give up essential liberties to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Page 289. Attributed to Ben Franklin, 1706 to 1790, contains dedication contents, introduction appendix, printed in London for R. Griffiths in Patterns Row, 1759. This is my favorite quote, guys. Absolutely. Oops. Went a little further than I wanted to. Okay. To obtain an infinite variety of purposes by a few plain principles is characteristic of nature. As the eye is affected, so is the understanding. Objects at a distance strike us according to their dimensions or quality of light thrown upon them. Near according to their novelty or familiarity as they are in motion or at rest. And hi, Buchanan family. How are you? I'm going to get myself a drink of water here. My throat is sore. Yeah, it's one of my favorites, because it does really speak to the heart of the American spirit. It says, who we are. I mean, it's to me, it's the gooderest. It's my favorite quote. I mean, this is just so inspiring. It does. Yes. This is so inspiring. So, I guess it takes on different meanings to a lot of people, and you would actually, let's go up here real quick. Okay, so this was the Historical Review of Pennsylvania in 1759. So this was before the war. This was before the start of our country. But it does still fit today. Because, every time you drive through a Border Patrol checkpoint, especially an inland, suspicionless drug checkpoint, let's call it what it really is, people. These inland checkpoints by the Border Patrol are nothing more, nothing less than drug checkpoints, which have been found unconstitutional all across America. Federal courts all around the world, all around the country, have said drug checkpoints for the purpose of being a drug checkpoint is illegal. It's unconstitutional. And yet, every day, people drive through them. Are you a citizen? Well, what difference does it make at this point? Because if you were a citizen, you're now waiving your rights. You're answering their questions. It's absolutely ridiculous. And why do you answer their questions? Because when I drive up there, they have badges and they have guns and they're federal peoples and they're the government, and the government controls the people because, well, that's how it goes because we're afraid. Which brings me to my next quote, guys. This is bringing me to my next quote because this is one of my favorites to people that when, and I just released a video tonight. I hope you guys went and watched it. Whoops, sorry guys. I'm trying to pull back here a little bit. When a government fears the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. Now, Thomas Jefferson is said to have written this, but the honest truth is that there is no actual evidentiary support, there's no paper, there is no speech, there is nothing in the history that actually proves that he said this. But there are variations, and it has been used. Anyway, so the strongest reason for the people to retain the right to keep and bear arms is, as a last resort, to protect themselves against tyranny in government. When a government fears the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny. So you can see where this actually, and I believe that quote is actually a Thomas Jefferson quote. The whole reason, and a lot of people make this mistake, the Second Amendment was never intended for you to go out into public and defend yourself against your fellow citizens. That is not what the Second Amendment was drafted for. The Second Amendment was drafted to form a militia to protect our country in a time when we really didn't have an American army or an American military. So that's what the Second Amendment was actually drafted for, not for the variations that we are using for it today. Okay, so let me see here. We're going to come down. The earliest known appearance in print of this quote is in 1914, obviously a little bit after Thomas Jefferson. Earliest known print attributed to Thomas Jefferson was in 1994. Let me see, status. So we have not found any evidence that Thomas Jefferson said or wrote, when government fears the people, there is liberty. When the people fear the government, there is tyranny, nor any evidence that he wrote it in listed variations. So it's not something that was actually done, but for some reason it was laid onto him. So that's something you want to keep in mind. So let's see what else we got here. Let's look at more. All right. All right. Democracy is nothing more than a mob rule. Yeah, let's look at that one. This one really makes sense. Democracy is nothing more than a mob rule where 51% of the people may take away the rights from the other 49%. A democracy is nothing more than a mob rule. That is just crazy. But it's true. We currently have no evidence to confirm that Thomas Jefferson said this. Yeah, well, I'm actually going right now with founders. The whole thing is that, this is the time back when this country was founded that people were actually passionate about this country. They actually felt this country in their heart with every fiber. They lost cousins, uncles, aunts, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, whatever. They lost all of these people to form this country. People died to form this country. People that were even living in this country before we lived in this country died for this country. So we really should know all of these quotes. All tyranny. Let's take a look at this. All tyranny needs to gain a foothold. All tyranny needs to gain a foothold is for people of good conscience to remain silent. That is just almost the quote of the night. I mean, seriously. This quotation has hundreds of variations, which generally are composed of a combination of the following components: all that is necessary, needed, required, or all it takes, or the best way for evil to triumph or succeed or prosper or prevail or win in the world or gain a foothold is for good men or good people or good men and women or good people of good conscience to do nothing or say nothing or remain silent. So, this is another one that is attributed to Thomas Jefferson, but was not actually ever proven that he actually wrote it. So, we're going to move on. This one, I think you guys are going to like this one. Oops. All right. So, I guess that's not the one I want. Let me see. All right, so this one's a pretty good one. I like this one. This is for all of those people that say, why do we do what we do? Oh, I like that one too, Northern Colorado. Would you love me if I was somebody else? Would you be me for a day and still love me? And still love you. And if I were you, would I be comfortable with me loving you? Joe Frank. That is a good one. This one is from the Holocaust times. The original person they're saying is a guy by the name of Martin Niemöller. First they came for the communists. I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out, because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one there left to speak for me. So that's a pretty deep poem, and it really speaks to the truth, guys. You know, why do the civil rights investigators like me and others go out there and do what we do, like Huckleberry and Northern and all you guys? Why do we go out there and do this? Because we need to give that voice to the people that won't exercise it, can't exercise it, don't know how to exercise it. We're out there to make sure that these people understand that there is a choice. And, you know, people like News Now Houston and High Desert Community Watch and SA Ecstasy Prez and, you know, and we can go behind the scenes too with people like Felipe and Krista Hemming and, you know, even some of the stuff that I do behind the scenes and the activism that we do to get the word out there. Pinac News, Black Coat Media, Nair, all of these people, all of PNP News, you know, Black, Texas, Black Sheep or Texas Sheepdog 72. Sorry, it's getting late. All of these people that go out there and, you know, David Ahmad and all these activists that we're so active and we go out there and we want to be in the community and we want to be teaching these people. Brett Sanders is another one. He is just an amazing activist. He is a very powerful activist, and he has done a lot for the movements. He is a total free American, you know, no different than, you know, any of the other ones, really. Adam Kokesh and all these guys, they all go out there and they put their freedom and everything on the line. We put our freedom on the line. We lose our houses. We lose families, marriages, all kinds of stuff to this movement, to our freedom. And that's where we need to draw the line. Seriously, people. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close this out because it's not really you know, much to say about these quotes. I mean, these quotes really speak for themselves. But what I want you guys to do is I want to do something really cool. I want people to go down and do famous quotes under this video, put it in the comments, do a bunch of famous quotes, and then keep coming back, guys, and do likes on your favorite quotes, and let's see who gets the most popular, the most famous quote, and has the highest votes for it down below. I think that's going to be a pretty cool thing for this video. So what you guys do, comment your favorite quotes, keep coming back daily, and like on the ones that you are voting for. Keep liking on them if you like them. Most popular one in the end wins. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you already haven't. And stay free, stay safe, and always exercise your rights. My name is Maddie with Constitutional Corner. This has been CC Live, guys. Thank you, everybody, for all your support. I love you all. Peace.